Chapter 12 Cambodian History Unit 1 How History is Born. Nobody is sure about how different peoples moved through what is now Cambodia in its very early times. Consequently, we don't know for certain how long people have occupied Cambodia, where they came from, and what language they spoke. What we do know, however, is that by the 5th century, peoples in the regions were already strongly influenced by Hinduism and Buddhism. We know this from the early Sanskrit writing and the Khmers that developed from it. It is not surprising, therefore, that the main characters in the story about how the state of Cambodia was born is a Hindu priest. His name is Kandiyar, and when he became to a region covers water, he was met by a princess. After he had given gifts to the princess, her father, who was a water snake or a naga, decided to drink up the water that covered his land so that he could give it to Kandiyar. The story tells not only about how the country, now called the Kampuchea, was influenced from the West, but that early permanent residents irrigated their land so as to cultivate it. Although Kandiyar, Cambodia's first king, came from the West, the earliest writing about Cambodia that we know about comes from China. Chinese writers not only wrote about Kandiyar, but also about the countries called Funan, the center of which is people believe it in the province, in the present day province of Prey Veng. These stories, however, are not history or often conflicts with each other, although they do also contain some truth. In the future, we may be able to learn more about our past. Don't forget that Angkor, which now has an international reputation, lay abandoned and hidden for many centuries in the jungle. Since Angkor was reclaimed, however, we had begun to realize that history may lie beneath our feet. What at first appeared to be just an old stone we had dug up is discovered to be something precious. Precious is not because it can be sold for lots of money, as an example of fine art, but because it provides important information about our past. Through its contributions to our knowledge and through a modern scientific investigation, the past continues to rise to the surface and thus becomes part of our heritage and history.